Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are here talking about the total lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in the sign of Virgo, happening on the 13th or 14th of March 2025, depending on where you are in the world. If you are on the Pacific coast of North America, Pacific time zone, this is going to happen for you at 11:54 p.m. at the height on the 13th, and everywhere else it's going to be on the 14th. Okay. So the majority of people are going to see this on the 14th. But it is a total lunar eclipse. So it is a big deal. And what do eclipses bring? Well, first, we've got the energy of a full moon. So full moons can be the end of a cycle. It can be a karmic cycle. It can just be a cycle in your life. Full moons can, have us reaping what we've sown, so we can get rewards. We can get things that manifest in our lives. We can get new insights to things at a full moon because it does tend to be a little bit more spiritual. Emotions are heightened, and sometimes this can bring some heightened awareness for us as well. And we are in Pisces season also. Yes, the full moon is in Virgo, but we are in Pisces season up to the 20th of March. So this can certainly be where we do have those heightened insights. We get some spiritual awakenings going on. Pay attention to your dreams because you could have some very interesting ones at this time. But full moons are really good for healing as well, and of course, letting things go. Virgo energy, right? The full moon, we've got the influence of Virgo. And Virgo is a very down-to-earth energy. The ruler is Mercury, who is going retrograde. So we do have that going on as well. We've got two retrogrades, okay, happening at the same time as this full moon. But we do have the Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house. Your 6th house is all about your health, happiness, well-being on all levels. Okay, your spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. Virgo is very connected with your gut health. So some of you may be really kind of assessing your eating habits. Maybe there's no other goal other than, eating healthier, right? Maybe you've been eating too many processed foods, too much fast food, instant food that we get from the grocery store. And, maybe you're going to look at eating more whole foods, more vegetables, or more home cooked foods, right? And you'll probably see a really big difference in your energy level, in your digestive system, things like that, right? So it can be really helpful. And of course, one of the side effects is maybe you've got more energy and, maybe you would lose a little bit of weight, but the main goal might be just to eat healthier a little bit, whole foods kind of thing. So that can come up with Virgo energy. Some of you may be looking to ditch some sedentary lifestyle. You want to get a little bit more fit. So you might start an exercise regime. Maybe you start a spiritual practice or get back into practicing, your spiritual self there. Do some more meditation, whatever that looks like to you. Some of you, of course, the 6th house is being of service to others, helping people out a little bit. And it is associated with pets as well. So some of you are going to get a pet. Perhaps if you've had one that's crossed the rainbow bridge, your heart is opening up for a new one. Or perhaps, unfortunately, some of you might, need to let one of your little fur babies go, unfortunately. But there's a healing element that comes here as well. And maybe it's because it's, time, right? Sometimes that's just the way you have to make those difficult decisions. But if you are in a position where maybe you're not quite ready to have a pet, maybe you give back to your community in some way. Maybe you volunteer as a dog walker at your local animal shelter or something. And this can help out pets in need, right? Even if you can't have one yourself. So the 6th house can certainly bring this big healing element. Some of you could be, have a job change in line for you, in store for you, if you're not happy where you are, you're not getting paid what you're worth. Venus retrograde has us thinking about that, thinking about your worth, your value, how you make your money, what resources are available to you, how you create a better circumstance for yourself. So Venus retrograde can be very helpful in that because we are in this reflecting mode, right? That's one of the important things to remember about this lunar eclipse. It is about reflection. Two retrogrades get a bad rap, and sometimes rightfully so, but we need to remember the words when it comes to retrogrades. They slow us down a little bit. They have us taking a step back. we reassess, reevaluate, regroup, refocus, renew, and sometimes even revive, we can get something that comes back around again for us, or maybe someone, if that's in the cards for you. It can be fated events. It can be unexpected surprises, especially where eclipses are involved. Okay. And those retrogrades on top of that. So it's like layers on layers of, I don't know what's happening, but something is shifting for me. So just keep your eyes open for that. But with the 6th house, Virgo energy, really focusing on your daily patterns, habits, routines. Where do you work? Do you drive long distances? Do you want to work from home? Are you leaving a career behind because maybe you've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, or it just doesn't do it for you anymore? It doesn't give you any kind of satisfaction anymore. You might be considering a job change there for yourself as well. So you might be starting to put the feelers out, okay, with that. One of the things that can happen with eclipses is we do tend to feel ungrounded and a little bit carried away. So like I said, I can't really express this enough. Let's take a step back. Okay, reflect, refocus, reassess something, evaluate something, ask some questions, okay? Because retrograde energies on top of eclipses can have us being really impulsive. Emotions can run high, conversations get out of control, opportunity, if we want to call it that, for miscommunication is very rampant at this time as well, especially once Mercury goes retrograde also in Aries on the 14th, same day as the eclipse. Okay, so it's like, big shocking, could be a shocking announcement, whether it's something close to home for you, or it could be something out in the world, right? Can come out there as well. So it's going to be important to keep your wits about you, connect with your heart, think before you speak, sleep on something instead of being impulsive, and of course, really connect with your heart, connect with your spirit, connect with your spiritual practice, do a little soul searching. Virgo is very connected with soul searching, okay? Because eclipses are a wild card, right? Wild card energy, shocks, surprises, fated events, and all of that. And so sometimes we just can't see something coming. And there is a huge energy of endings with this eclipse. Okay, not just because it's a full moon, which can bring endings anyway, but also this is happening at 23 degrees and 57 minutes. And when we have an eclipse there, we round up to 24 degrees. And if you follow degree astrology at all, 24th degree is Pisces degree, which is the last sign of the zodiac. And so this can bring some powerful endings before we head into our brand new astrological new year. So whether it's, again, that it can be really supportive if you're trying to break a habit, right? We'll say that right now. Or if you're trying to leave something behind, that some baggage that you've been carrying with you, or maybe some relationships, friendships, romantic relationships that you've been trying to shake for a while, or you just know haven't been healthy for you, right? This can be where we just make that final decision. We're like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I can't do this anymore. But whatever your situation is, just remember that there can be some very heightened emotions at this eclipse, at this full moon, okay? One word to note, Saturn is tightly conjunct the sun at this lunation, and the sun, of course, is in opposition to the moon when we've got a full moon, and so this can be a big reality check. Saturn, of course, is the planet that likes us to set goals, get down to reality, likes to teach us life lessons, of course, and can really say, because Saturn is a heavy energy, and it can really say, hey, time to make a plan. Stop it with this wishy-washy Pisces energy, right? Get a plan in place. You want to have a dream? What are you dreaming about? Your imagination is a wonderful thing, but we don't want to live in fantasy. We want to come into reality. So how can you turn your dreams into reality? What's stopping you? What is opposing you, right? The sun wants to go forward, and the moon, right, in Virgo, South Node energy is holding you back. So where is your breakthrough? Because one is at hand, okay? And Saturn is actually helping you to do that by putting something down on paper. What are you dreaming of? Put it on paper. What is your first step? you don't always need to look past the first step, because the first step is helping us to get our toe out of our comfort zone. And then it's like, oh, nothing bad happened. Okay, I'll take another step. And I'll take another step, and I'll take another step, and eventually we snowball. So this can really be a very helpful energy for you to get your dreams into reality. But we do have to put some goals down, or we do have to, put a little bit of a framework together to give us a sense of direction. Okay, it can always be changed, can always be adjusted. Okay, but we've got to start somewhere. And if we don't take that first step, we'll forever be right where we are. And that's not always fulfilling on whatever level for us. We're meant to go forward. We're not meant to stay in a comfort zone. Humanity did not evolve by staying in a comfort zone. Okay, so it's time to just do a little bit of something there. Even if it's something that you always wanted to try, some wild, audacious dream that you always wanted to do. I always wanted to go ziplining, or I always wanted to do bungee jumping, or I always wanted to travel, to wherever. What's stopping you, right? Time to put that dream into motion. Will it all come to fruition tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, but you can at least get started. All right. Big reminder there for that moon. Okay. So where will we see this eclipse? Well, it depends. It actually has a huge path of potential visibility. Of course, depends on your weather. Let's see. It's and don't forget, the path of totality for an eclipse does tend to be where we get news. Okay, it can be some interesting news. It can be some surprising news, some shocking news. It can be something, joyous, right? We just never know. But the path of totality, we've got all of North America, the western half of South America, partially visible in the UK, parts of Europe, parts of Africa, and Australia. So we do have a lot of people that can potentially really see this eclipse. It is also called a blood moon eclipse, so it could be really interesting to watch. Anyway, that is the energy update that I have for you guys for your eclipses. And so we're going to get into your sign and pull some cards for you. Again, timestamp down below. If you're watching the long video, all of the signs are on this one video. If you're just watching your single video, because I'm breaking them up a little bit, just helps people find them a little bit easier, then I'll put the links to the other videos down below as well, so you can just click around. And again, make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising, your big three, but also watch your Venus sign, because Venus is, of course, playing a key role in this eclipse as well. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck in this eclipse energy, and let's get started. Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo reading. You're experiencing this in your 11th astrological house. So this house is ruled by Aquarius. Modern day ruler is Uranus. Traditional ruler is Saturn, who is snuggling up with the sun in opposition to the moon, encouraging you to dream big and wish big, but also to take real and practical steps to making your wishes and your dreams come true. And Pluto, of course, your ruler, is in Aquarius. So there's some wonderfully Aquarian energy around you, really helping to set you up for a better tomorrow, helping you focus on the future, break free from your past. What is holding you back? What is creating blocks and obstacles? Is it an outdated way of thinking? Are you in a negative mindset? In a mindset of lack, or are you in one of abundance? Are you railing at the fates or partying with them? All right. The 11th house where this lunation occurs is in your house of wishes. All right. So you could potentially have a wish, a dream, a goal coming true at this full moon. But this can also be a lunation where there's a sudden shift of some kind. Could be a big breakthrough for you. It could be a sense of a new direction for you. Is certainly is one where you might be getting freedom. All right. And of course, eclipses bring fated events. They bring changes, big wild card energy. So pretty much anything can happen at this time. Something that you thought was impossible can all of a sudden be possible. All right. But yes, wishes and your goals. What are you wishing for? Where do you see yourself in the future? Time to take real and practical action to make things happen. But it's also about freedom, finding liberty, freedom from something. It's also about taking your power back. All right. So if you've been feeling powerless, now is a time when you can turn things around and you can start to feel powerful. All right. Speaking of the sun is in your 5th house. All right. So not only is Saturn cozying up with the sun, but the sun is in your 5th house of pleasure and joy and creativity. If you've been feeling like you've been creatively blocked, all of a sudden, maybe you get some clarity, a better sense of focus. Your 5th house is romance and love affairs as well. The sun is power and joy and happiness and all those things. So, you could be really turning your energy around a little bit. Instead of sadness, maybe happiness, or you see a light at the end of the tunnel, or you could have some creative talents that can help you create the future, create the life that it is that you want. Let's see what else we've got here. You could also have some changes going on with your social groups as well. Okay. People who you used to connect with, you don't connect with anymore. Opening the door to connect with new people. There can be some technology that may be at play for you in the 11th house here as well. But I feel like it's technology that helps you. It's not so much your devices. That would be more like 3rd house energy. But I feel like technology that helps you to see your future or find your way forward or to find your wish that you've been wishing for. All right. So it could be something going on in the internet. We have card 13, which is actually the card of the death card, which is Pluto. Okay. Change and transformation and evolution, endings, new beginnings. And this is about your will. Where is your will right now? Do you have a will to succeed, a will to change, a will to follow your goals and your dreams? Do you have to tap into your willpower? Okay. Or so we can have positive will and willpower, but we can also create blocks with it as well. Are you stubborn? Are you digging in your heels? All right. Willful. Are you digging in your heels because you think you're right? Or is someone digging in their heels around you and it's like, I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to budge just for the sake of not budging, right? So, our will and our drive and our determination, our ambition can really benefit us, but they can also hinder us in some way. So are you using your inner will for the good? Or have you gone a little bit down into the dark side? But whatever your situation is, there's changes afoot for you here. This can be a really big end of a karmic cycle for you. Some of you've had a lot of changes going on and it's like a little overwhelming. So this can be where you see why that you've been going through all these changes, or maybe you see a way out. Remember, this is card 13. Endings, new beginnings, changes, transformations, evolution, okay? And it's your willpower, your determination, your personal power that is what will help you navigate and see things through. We have creation, Bridget energy here, card 19, which is actually the sun. And this is from the sun deck, the queen of the sun. Creation, what do you want to create? The power is yours. You might have some creative talents and gifts. Maybe you can make some money at it if you're looking for some income or to enhance your income, or maybe you want to change your job. But ultimately, creation is the basis of manifestation, and you are being reminded that the power of creation lies within you. So what do you want to create? Create a family, create a home, create an enjoyable career. Do you have things that you can create that you can beautify your world? Where are your talents? Do you have a hidden talent that you're ready to share with the world? Whatever it is, this is an energy of creating the life that you want, having the power to do so, not selling yourself short. All right. And believing and trusting that sometimes things happen all at once. Sometimes things happen slowly. But the creation card shows that things are happening. And we need to remember that. Stay positive, stay optimistic, be open to new experiences, be open to new things. Don't just do something for the sake of doing something and well, I know this isn't going to work out, but I'm going to do it anyway. You're never going to get ahead that way, right? That is card 19. So remember, the sun brings happiness, joy, growth, success, abundance, creation, happiness, whatever, okay, to you. And you have the power to draw down from the sun all of this magical energy. We have a fortune card for you. Success favors those who are always in motion but never in a hurry. The journey towards your goals isn't just a sprint, but a marathon. In measured steps lies lasting betterment. Mindless haste can actually slow you down, so avoid it. Like a river that moves slowly but ceaselessly, let your actions carry you steadily forward. Trust in fate, for it orchestrates moments of growth and opportunity along the way. Patience and persistence will trump all obstacles. As you maintain your momentum, savor each step. Find joy in the present while keeping your eyes on the future. Believe in the power of motion and the wisdom of pacing. Savor the journey, and the destination, when attained, will seem even more worthwhile. Your lucky numbers: 83, 32, 25, 11, 45, and 35. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. Good luck in this new lunation. Stay tuned. I will shortly, in about a week or so, have the solar eclipse readings up for you guys as well. So watch out for those. But in the meantime, enjoy your eclipse.